Alrighty, now that we got all that crap out of the way, who's ready to roll? Who's ready for some value? Who's ready for me to show you guys how to keep customers forever? First thing that I want to talk to you guys about is this weird thing in this marketing world, and it looks like this. Okay, and let's see if I can draw here. Okay, and it looks like this. And no, this is not a donut or a bagel. And there's this little thing here. And I'm a shitty drawer, but just roll with me, okay? Who knows what that is? William said it's a wheel. It's a hamster wheel. You're right, Lorraine. It's a hamster wheel. So for those of you guys who feel like you're stuck in this never-ending hamster wheel that just for some reason continues to go, and you're just stuck in a wheel. Who feels like sometimes you're just stuck in a wheel, like you're doing the same thing every single day and the wheel is turning and you can't get out of this wheel and you can't scale and you can't add more clients, you're just stuck in this freaking wheel? Who feels like that? Have you ever felt like that? I felt like that for years in my business, okay? If you've ever felt like that, can you do me a favor and drop a 1? Lorraine says, yep, that's how I feel. William says 1. Janine says 1. Damien says 1. 1. 1. Guys, it's normal and it happens. And the reason why you're stuck in a hamster wheel is because you're doing the same thing consecutively every day without any help, maybe, without any systems or processes or protocols. You got clients coming in, and then you got clients coming out. And that's all that's happening. You drop in 2 clients here, and 2 clients come out 2 months later, and then you're back to square one again, right? Who's that happened to, right? Where you're dropping in clients and they're coming in and then they're just leaving like a month later, 2 months later, 3 months later, and you, for some reason, you're like, shit, I can't retain these guys. What's going on? Who feels like that? Guys, I felt like this for like the first 5 years of running my agency, no joke. And I'm talking about I had maybe like 50 customers. Oh, I had 50 clients, okay? And I had 50 clients. And I would just have them drop off. One would drop off. Another one would drop off. Another one. Another one. And I'm just sitting there and I'm like fighting. I'm trying to get that next client. I'm like, shit. I went from 50 to 45. I got to get 5 new clients. Wouldn't it be cool if you can just go from 50 to 60? And then from 60 to 70? And then from 70 to 100? And from 100 to 200 to the point where you hit hundreds of clients? Wouldn't that be awesome? Who wants to hear how to do that? Raise your hand. Raise your hand if you want to hear how to do that, because I'm going to teach it to you right now. You just got to show me a little bit of love. Do you want to hear how to completely get rid of this hamster wheel? Do you want to know how to get rid of it forever? Who here is, and I'm going to draw this out. We're going to use illustrations today, people, because I'm in a drawing and a singing mood. Who here, yeah, we got the smiley face on that one. Awesome. Who here this is you. This is your client. Who here loves their clients? Who here has actually built a rapport with their clients? Who's done that? Who's actually built a rapport with their clients? Guys, let me tell you guys something. This is the number one retention strategy, everything. This is it right here, okay? It's all about building a rapport, and it's building trust, and it's building a relationship with your clients, okay? And I'm going to tell you guys something. You guys come here and you show up on this live webinar. You watch me for, some of you, 2 hours. Most of you have probably watched every single one of the live episodes. If you've watched episodes of Marketer's Mindset in the past, can you drop a 1 really quick? And it's because why? I have a relationship with you guys. I'm building trust. I'm building value. I'm building rapport. I know most of you on a first-name basis. Most of you guys are friends with me on Facebook and you follow me on Instagram. And when you write a comment, I answer. Most of you guys, when you're opening support tickets at 3 in the morning, who do you think jumps in to help? Daddy does. Carlos is laughing. Guys, build a rapport, build a relationship with your customers. This is not just a customer. It's not. It's not just a customer. This is a real life, like this is a human being, okay? This is a human being. He has feelings, okay? And how he feels towards you will change the entire relationship of your business, okay? And this is not just one person. This can be all your customers. Let's say if you have 10 customers. Every single one of these people need to feel that. Every single one of your clients need to feel the love. They need to feel the support, okay? Because what do you think is going to happen if their campaign, for some reason, might not be doing good? And it happens. You know, you launch a marketing campaign, and the first 30 days, it just doesn't do good. It happens. It happens to us all the time. Nobody's perfect, right? Obviously, you got to optimize and build it out. But what do you think is going to happen? If you don't have any relationship with the customer, if you barely speak to him, if you have no relationship with him or her, if you know nothing about this person, it's going to be so easy for them to tell you, you know what, just cancel my account. I'm not interested. Just cancel it. It's not for me right now. The campaign's not working. It's not for me. But what happens if you have built a relationship with this customer and you know them on a first-name basis and you speak to them all the time and you're friends with them on Facebook and you email them happy holidays when it's the holidays and you email them happy New Year's when it's the New Year. And when you call them, you speak about how your vacations was and how your kids are doing. Now, if his campaign doesn't do good in the first 30 days, he's probably not going to tell you to just cancel. He's going to let you speak and figure out a solution so you can actually help him as a customer. Okay, guys? So build a connection and build a rapport with your customers. This is the #1 way to actually retain them and have this person pay you forever. Okay? When I opened my agency, social agency, okay, almost 10 years ago, we're about to hit 10 years, okay, I have my first customer that I signed up for SEO and website maintenance. I have my first customer is still with us till today, okay? He was actually here in our office last week, brought a bottle of champagne over, sat with me for a couple minutes, asked me how my new child was doing, spoke to him about how his wife was doing. His wife was sick in the hospital. You know, sit down and actually have a real-life conversation because this is what brings the value, okay? This is how you make money. It's about the people you know and how you treat them, okay? If you guys agree with me, can you just drop a 1? Guys, this is real-life shit right here, okay? If you're treating your customers like garbage, you don't speak to them, you never call them, you don't wish them happy holidays, happy birthdays, don't ask them how their kids are doing, you got no relationship. They're going to cancel, okay? The only thing that is holding you tied into them is purely results. And if for some reason you're not delivering, they're going to cut you. I've had so many companies that I personally work with, and we didn't deliver them results within the first month or two. And like I said, it happens, guys, right? But they stayed. And it's because I speak to them, and it's because they know me on a first-name basis, and I speak to them every single time that they call in. I take their phone call. I take the time out of my day, okay? Damien says, this is real. It is, okay? It's not all about results. It's about building a relationship with the customer. Who's ready for the next thing? Drop a 5 if you're ready. Who knows what to write in here? Let's go. Who knows what to write in here? I cannot tell you guys how valuable this statement is. You know what? I speak to a lot of people inside of DashClicks, and their whole thing, is like, how many leads can you generate me on a monthly basis? Do you think if the client spends $200, we can generate him 1,500 leads? No. And don't tell your client that stuff either, because what you're doing is you're messing this whole thing up. Be realistic. Set realistic goals. Set realistic expectations. So that way when you hit those goals, you can go to your customer and say, hey, we've hit your goal. This is the next goal that we want to reach to. This is our next objective. Okay? I see so many people, so many agencies over-delivering, or excuse me, not over-delivering, over-promising and under-delivering, okay? They're doing the complete opposite of this. They're saying, I'm going to get you 1,000 leads for 200 bucks. And then they run the campaign, they get them 20 leads. What do you think is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen? Bye-bye, leave, fired, quit. You guys are 100% on point. And just think about it. It's real-life psychology, right? It's real life, okay? What happens if you go into, I don't know, let's use an example. Let's use an example. I don't even know what example to use, but just stop doing it, okay? Guys, you need to set proper expectations, okay? If you need help with that, just jump into DashClicks, and we'll help you guys set somewhat of realistic expectations, okay? Because if you can set realistic expectations, then you're able to hit the goals, okay? If you set unrealistic expectations, it's going to be impossible for you to hit any goals. It's just that simple, guys, okay? So set realistic expectations. Ways that you can do this. Who wants to know how to set realistic expectations? You can do the research, and this is what we do here at DashClicks. So let's say you're running a Google Ads campaign, okay, and you're trying to sell somebody in a Google Ads campaign. There's this cool thing called keyword research. Keyword research. You can do keyword research. It's called the Google Keyword Planner tool. So if you're running a Google Ads campaign, if you're trying to sell a solar company on Google AdWords, you can literally go, I'm not going to do a demo on this right now, but these are some of the tactics that we use. You can literally go inside of the Google Keyword Planner tool, it's free, okay? And you can actually type in the words, drop them in there, and there's tons of tutorials on how to use the Google Keyword Planner tool. We're not going to get into that now. And you can drop in, say, solar companies, local solar company, whatever it is. You can drop in different keywords that they want to rank for. Okay? And Google will actually tell you what the average cost per click is of that keyword. It'll tell you. It might be $20 a click for that keyword. Okay? That's what your expectation should be. And you know what we do, guys? Sometimes we'll do the keyword research and we'll export the PDF because you can actually export right in here inside of the Google Keyword tool. You can export it in an Excel document. And we bring it to the customer, and we're like, hey, Google says that it's $20 a click average for these keywords. We can probably do better than that over time because we'll be able to optimize your campaign and bring down your cost per click, which will eventually bring up your CPA, your cost per acquisition, or most of you guys like to say CPL, cost per lead, whatever terminology that you decide that you want to use, it's really the same thing. Now, don't you think if 30 days goes by, and the guy's cost per click is $19, or actually $22, let's say, it's a little bit over, you think he's going to get mad? No, he's not going to get mad because you told him up front that it was going to be an average of 20 bucks, and we're going to work on getting it down, okay? I don't know if you guys, most of you guys know this, but in marketing, the first 30 days of a campaign is usually the worst 30 days. Does anybody know why the first 30 days of a brand new marketing campaign is usually the worst? Not optimized. Optimization. Yeah, guys. You're starting a brand new campaign. These are brand new ads, brand new keywords. It's a brand new campaign. So what's going to happen is you run the campaign for 30 days. Okay. Actually, let me open up a new sheet here. I'll tell you guys how we do it. Shit. Let's just go into that. Let's go into real life stats. This is our process, what we do here at DashClicks. Who wants to know how we optimize campaigns at DashClicks? Go ahead and put your hand up. It's okay. Don't be scared. Drury says, Facebook algorithm needs time to work. That's correct. If we're running a Facebook campaign, that is 100% correct. This is what we do. We launch a campaign. Boom. And I'm going to try to draw something here. We launch campaign, and this is not going to look good. Okay. It's a rocket. Okay. We launch a campaign. It's not something else. Okay. We launch a campaign. We let the campaign run for 1 week. because we need to collect data. Okay, we'll let the campaign run for 1 week. We start collecting some data, and we start seeing some trends. We start seeing that, if we're running a Facebook campaign as an example, we start seeing that some age groups are not working properly, or not converting properly, or we're getting a really high CPL or high cost per click. We see that some of the demographics that we're going after are not converting properly, or are also getting a high cost per click. We go in here, and we optimize the campaign. Okay, I don't know what this means. Looks like a Cinnabon, but we optimize the campaign. Okay. Then we let the campaign run again for another week. What do you think we do, guys? Who's gonna guess? Who's gonna guess what we do 1 week later? Go ahead, drop it in the comments. What do you think we're gonna do a week later? Janine says tweak. Whatever. Optimize. Okay? We're going to optimize the campaign again, because we're going to realize again that it ran. Now that we started cutting off the crop that was here that wasn't working, we're running. Again, we're optimizing the campaign. Okay? And we're optimizing the campaign, and it's going to get better. Now, what do you think is going to happen if we keep doing this week over week? Week 1, optimize. Week 2, optimize. 3, 4, okay, and this is a never-ending cycle. It just keeps happening, okay? We keep optimizing. Rinse and repeat, right? Obviously with strategy, we're not just randomly, rinsing and repeating. What do you think is going to happen? After at least 30 days, you're going to have a pretty sweet campaign running, okay? Then you can run lookalike audiences and remarketing audiences and campaigns and a lot of really cool stuff, okay? But guys, the reason why I'm telling you this is because these 30 days should not be the 30 days that the client judges your work. They should judge your work after these 30 days, okay? So I'm setting proper expectations. So one of the analogies that I use when I'm making sales to a customer is running an advertising campaign is like wine. It just keeps getting better over time, right? So it's just easy to understand. So as you're optimizing these campaigns, or as we're optimizing these campaigns, if you're using DashClicks for your fulfillment, which you should be, the first 30 days are crap. It just gets better and better and better, okay, guys? So, we had some customers that came into DashClicks, ran a campaign, and a week later canceled. It's like the campaign ran for 1 week. How can you gauge an entire build out after running a campaign for letting it run for like 4 or 5 days? You can't. It's impossible. You need to let the campaign run a little bit to start generating some data. Okay, guys? So first 30 days is the most important time for the campaign. Okay? So when we're selling paid ads, or we're selling SEO, or selling anything like that, we usually try to get the customer for a 3-month contract. And we try to explain to the customer, if not 3 or 6 months, and explain to the customer that the first 30 days is always going to be the worst. I just want to let you know that ahead of time. First 30 days is going to be the worst. Then it's going to get better in month 2, and better in month 3, and better in month 4, and 5, and 6. And then we're going to start creating other really cool stuff and offering you more services on top of that, right? So it's really important that you guys focus on setting proper expectations, okay? And under-promising and over-delivering. Does that make sense to everybody? Can you drop 157 if that makes sense to you? I'm throwing out random numbers here. Drop 157 if that makes sense. 757 if you think that you're ready for this next one. Transparency. Transparency. Transparency with your customers, guys. Being transparent. Transparency, okay? Being transparent with all of your customers. I see so many people that are managing all of their customers, and they're not being transparent with them. They're not letting them know what's going on with their accounts. They're not speaking to them multiple times a month. They're just not on the same page. They're not being transparent with them, right? So if you as a consumer were going to somewhere and you were buying something, wouldn't you want that person to be transparent with you, right? Let's use an example, okay? If you went to go buy a brand new car and you stepped foot in a dealer Wouldn't you want wouldn't you want to see like the Carfax report of the car? Wouldn't you want to take a test drive of the car? Wouldn't you want to look inside and out, right? Wouldn't you want to know all of these things before you buy that car? Or even if you did buy that car, wouldn't you feel comfortable if you just knew all of those things, right? And it's that sales rep's job to be transparent with you to either, one, have a better sale, or two, retain you as a customer, right? So some of the transparency tactics that we use is weekly phone calls. Shit, I have my team on my retail department at social agency every week, okay? Every week. Jump on a phone call, 15 minutes. Hey, how you doing today, Bobby? Just want to let you know these are some of the things we did to your account today. We're going to go ahead and send you out a notification feed inside of the dashboard. We're going to fire over an email with what we did, let you know what we did. Same thing if they would buy something online and start wondering when it arrives. Exactly right, Eric. That's one thing that you can do. Phone calls. Believe me, guys, that phone call alleviates every single piece of tension and transparency that there can possibly be. Jumping on a phone call with the customer once a week is probably the best thing that you can do for your customer. Let them know what's going on. Because guess what, guys? Let's say you run a campaign. Boom! You launch a campaign. Campaign launches day one. You spoke to the customer. You get them all excited. You made the sale. They signed the contract. They deposited money. They went. You sent them a Stripe invoice. You billed them $2,000. You launch a campaign. Day one happens. Boom. I've seen this before, guys. And if you think I'm crazy, I've seen this before. Then there's silence. Silence for 30 days. What do you think that this customer is thinking during this process? He's probably, what the hell is going on? I just gave this guy $2,000 and I don't even know what's happening with my account. So being transparent with the customer, one, showing them what's happening with their account, giving them an overview on a weekly basis of how the campaigns are performing and what your goals are to do better if the campaign is not performing. Think about that. Let's say you launch a campaign, boom, 30 days go by. Customer doesn't hear from you. 30 days go by, and his campaign is not doing good for some reason. Apparent reason the campaign is not doing good. He's just going to call you and be like, hey, cancel my account. My campaign's not doing good. I'm not seeing the ROI. But if you speak to him 4 times, once a week before that 30 days hits, and every single week you're like, hey, your campaign's not doing so great, but we're working on optimizing it. Here, hey, your campaign's doing a little bit better. We went from $5 a lead to $3.50 a lead. Here, went from $3.50 a lead to $3 a lead. Boom. You're going down, right? You're explaining to them and you're letting them know what's happening throughout the process. So when you get here, when that monthly report comes, which is the next thing that you should be doing, which DashClicks does for you, you just send them the monthly report and go over it. It's like a 10 or 15-minute call. You say, hey, by the way, just want to give you an overview of what's been going on the last 30 days. For us, we do reporting usually within the first week of the month, and we report 30 days back, right? So we just hit January 3rd, right? We would go 1 month back, so we would go in December, and we would run a report from December 1st to the end of December, whatever day that was. And we would go and we would write a report, and we would go over it with the customer, okay? Transparency with the customer is huge. Please be transparent with your customers because this is how you keep them forever, okay? So do this. Do this. It takes 15 minutes. Boom. Sometimes we jump on calls and it's like a 2-minute phone call. Okay, the guy's like, hey, I don't have time. Just let me know what's going on. Boom, we're getting this, we're getting this, we're getting this. We did this, we did this, we did this. I'm going to fire you over a quick email, just give you a little overview and let you know what's going on. Done. Lorraine says the client feels updated and comfortable about what's going on. They'll be more understanding. 100%. Eric says, same thing. If we buy something online, or sorry, DashClicks dashboard gets rid of that for us. Transparency issues are awesome. 100%, guys, okay? So perfect example, if you're using DashClicks and you got your customers in DashClicks, okay, your client can log into DashClicks and literally see everything that's going on with their campaign, okay? They can log in and they can see all the stats. And they can log in 24/7. This is all in real time. They can check out anything that they want. On any service that they purchase from you, they can just log in and check this out anytime that they want. Who thinks that that's cool? Can you drop a 343 if you think that that's awesome? 343 if you think that that's awesome. Are you guys doing this right now? Are you guys doing this right now? First, drop a yes if you're doing this right now with your customers. Or be honest and drop a no, and I'm going to start doing this with my customers. Good. Some of you said no. Eric said DashClicks is full transparency compliant. Yes, we are 100%. And that's the only way to keep the customers. That's why we do it. It's the whole point of creating the DashClicks platform in the first place. Customer can log in and see everything about their account. It's like a beautiful thing, 24/7. Whenever they want. 3 in the morning, they can log in, check out what's going on with their ads without even speaking to you. Those of you in DashClicks might be even saving those 15-minute phone calls a week. You might be doing them once every 2 weeks, but you can do that too. That's cool. You know, it all depends on how your clients are. All right, next one. Who's ready for the next one? Prove your work. Prove your work. Prove it. Prove it. How many of you guys are proving your work? Come on. How many of you guys are proving your work to your customers? Prove your work. How many of you guys are doing this to your customers? I'm not talking about case studies. One person said, hey, you mentioned free visibility reports in the first webinar to gain a customer. How do we get those? There's tons of tools online. We're actually building a couple, which I'm not really supposed to say. Carl's probably going to get mad at me. But yeah, I mean, you can use some reporting softwares to go and scrape a website and tell them what's wrong with it. Prove your work. Let's say you do something. You know, our team, they'll go out and they'll spend 3 hours on optimizing a Facebook campaign. I'm just going to give you an example, okay? They go and they spend 3 hours. And then let's just say you don't notify the customer. You do it again next week. You spend another 3 hours, okay? Then you do it again next week. You spend another 3 hours. And 30 days goes by, and you spend 10 hours, as an example, optimizing the client's Facebook campaign. But you didn't speak to them for 30 days. The client's not going to know that you worked 10 hours. Prove the work that you did, okay? And we do that through our activity feed. So inside of our actual DashClicks platform, every time our team touches an account, they go into the activity feed and they submit exactly what they did in the task that was done, and the client gets a white labeled email notification letting them know exactly what was done. Sometimes they'll get 3 or 4 emails a day. Sometimes they'll get 3 or 4 in a week. But at least they know every time their campaign is being touched. Boom, check mark here. Boom, this was done here. Boom, we did this today. Boom, we're going to be doing this. Boom, we did this. Hey, wouldn't it be cool? Like if you were, like, look at Amazon as an example. Look at Uber Eats as an example. You know why I order Uber Eats and I love Uber Eats? Because when I order, I can watch that freaking car drive to my house. How cool is that? You can literally track and you can literally watch the car drive all the way up to your house. Okay? People like that. People like to know what's going on. Okay? Prove the work that you're doing. Be like Uber. Be like Amazon. Be transparent with your customers. Prove it. You're doing the work already. Just prove it. Okay? And if you're using DashClicks, we'll prove that shit for you. So don't even worry about it. Just drop them into DashClicks. We'll prove it for you. No problem. Ooh. Now we're getting into a scary topic here. Who's ready for it? Who's ever actually opened a report and went over the raw numbers and metrics with your client before? Nobody's done it before? Looks like I'm in the right crowd here. I'm about to teach you guys something. What do you think this does? What do you think all this does? What do you think these things are here? All these KPIs and metrics? Guys, these are the raw numbers. This is what your client should be seeing because they're spending their hard-earned money running a campaign with you guys. They need to know exactly what's going on, okay? And if something's not working good, it's okay. It can be fixed. We can optimize it. We can make it better. But if a campaign is not doing good, let the customer know that it's not doing good and tell them why it's not doing good. That's what we did. I mean, we had a campaign that we launched, I think, like a month ago. Okay, we launched a campaign, and the website was not converting. We were running Facebook ads, and we were getting clicks for like 50 cents. Boom. Sending tons of clicks to the website. 0 sales. 2 weeks later, 0 sales. It's not good, right? So what do you think we did? We installed video tracking on the actual website using Hotjar, okay? We recorded screen sessions of people on the actual website. We zipped up like 100 different screen sessions of people moving and doing stuff on the website. We zipped it up in a file. We sent it over. And we said, hey, it's not the campaign that's not performing, it's your website. And I did some screen recordings of people going on your website, moving around on the website. And you can see exactly what's happening. It's not converting. We're getting people who are interested to your website, which is our job, but your website is not converting them. It's not actually making the sales. And this is why. So if we want to make the campaign better, let's make some quick adjustments to your website. We can see here that the shopping cart button is not in the main menu. Okay? We can see here that for some reason the description is overlaying on top of your image. Okay? I can see here that this one person tried to check out and use a coupon code, and that coupon code is invalid. Okay? There's so many different reasons why. So if you take the time out of your day to find that out, which we do for you at DashClicks, then you can actually go to your customer and say, yeah, we know your campaign's not performing well. We already know that. But this is what we're going to do to fix it. Okay? So you need to find a solution to the actual problem. If you can't find the solutions to the problem, then your customers are just going to cancel. You're just wasting time. Okay? You're wasting your time. Does everybody agree with me on that? Does that make any sense to you guys? Okay? Can you drop a 933 if that, if that makes sense? No, guys, for real. Like, I mean, it makes sense, right? I'm not the crazy one here, right? It makes sense that if your customer's paying for something, they kind of want to know what's going on. They want to be in the loop, right? I mean, it makes sense, okay? Give them the raw numbers. Don't be scared. Don't be scared, okay? It's marketing, guys. You got to be transparent. You got to be open with your customers. You're taking people's hard-earned money. You need to make sure that if the campaign's not running well, you tell them why it's not and you fix it, man. Next one. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. What I got next on my list? Oh. All right. Who's ready for the drawing game? Who's ready for the drawing game? Who knows what this is? Who knows what that is? It's a road. Okay, it's a road. Who knows what that is? This is your competitors, and this is you. Guys, you need to make sure, especially in this marketing industry where shit is changing daily, weekly, yearly, you need to always make sure that you are ahead of the game. You need to make sure that you are at the end of the road, driving past everybody, wiping through your competitors, okay? And how do you do that? How do you always have that forward momentum? How do you know what's changing in the industry? Because there's things that are like, for every service, there's shit changing every day. There's stuff changing every single day for some services, right? How many algorithm updates does Google do on a yearly basis that messes up the entire SEO campaign, right? So once you were running an SEO campaign last week, and now all of the things that you were doing last week don't work anymore. You got to rechange up your strategy. Uh-oh. What about Facebook? Launching new policies and updates of certain industries they can't run ads anymore for, and you were already running ads for that person. What are you going to do now? Right? Stuff is always changing, guys. We are in 2019. It's always changing. It's going to continue changing. It's only going to get faster. Okay? You need to make sure that you're flying by your competitors. Okay? And you know what? I'm happy for you guys because you're in the right place. You're in DashClicks. So our team knows everything that's happening in the industry, guys. We do all the research for you. So every time something changes, boom, Google launches an algorithm update. We already know about that like a month. We knew that that was happening last month. We read tons of articles about it. We knew it was coming. We already changed our whole strategy. So when that shit launched that day, when they launched that algorithm update, our whole team was already changed. All the tasks in the system, everything was already changed. We know. We know it's happening, right? When Facebook is launching a new update in a month from now, changing the policies on running campaigns for certain industries, we know what's happening, we go back to those industries and restructure a new campaign for them or a new strategy, right? Always be ahead of the game. Always, guys. That's how you make it in life. You always stay ahead of your competition, stay ahead of the game, okay, guys? Our team is fully aware of what's happening in this industry, okay? We know every single in and out, okay? Not only that, but these trainings that I'm doing for you guys, Carlos, hit the GoPro really quick. Guys, these trainings that I'm doing for you guys, I don't do it just for you guys, okay? I do it for my team too. I'll bring a whole department here. I'll bring all the people in the Facebook department, and I'll line them up right here in front of me. If you guys have seen me on Instagram, you've seen sometimes I went live. I've done some, I've showed you guys behind the scenes of what's going on in the agency. I bring my whole Facebook department in here. I'll bring my team leaders in here, okay? I'll bring everybody in here in one room, and I'll say, this is what's going on with Facebook, guys. This is what's happening. These are all the new updates that are happening, and this is the things that we need to do to fix it, okay? And I'll get my operations manager to redo the task system to make sure that we're following up with the new protocols and the new updates. I know Google's launching a new algorithm update in 2.5 months. I'll get my entire Facebook team in here. I'll get my content writers in here. I'll get my web developers in here. And I'll say, hey guys, using meta keywords inside of your SEO campaigns doesn't work anymore. We shouldn't be using it or wasting our time on it. We should be focusing on doing schema markup. We should be focusing on writing good quality content, right? Guys, stay ahead of the game. That's how you win, okay? You have to always be on top, okay? So I do this every single day. Home, I don't just sit and watch TV, honestly, guys. I watch YouTube videos. I read articles on, all these big platforms. Social Media Examiner is a good one. Whatever, all the Moz, right? They have all these, updates and blogs and stuff that's happening in the industries. Read up, know what's going on. Because when your customer asks you a question, you'll be able to know how to answer them, okay? And you can give them a knowledgeable answer, and that's how you keep your customers. Oh, this is a big one. Some of you might cry. Some of you babies out there might cry about this one. I don't know if you're ready. I'm not sure if you're ready. Okay, here we go. Any your customers ever give you some feedback? Anybody out there? Any of your customers ever give you feedback on a campaign that you're running, on some a graphic that you did, on a website that you built, right? You go out and you build a website and you give it to your customers. Your customer's like, no, I don't like that. I don't like that website. I wasn't ready for it. Guys, feedback is like the #1 thing that you should be taking in, okay? You ever hear that term that customers are always right? I know it's really hard to let that sink in, okay? Let that sink in, guys. But you should really be looking at the feedback that your customers are giving you so you can be successful, okay? If you're building websites for your customers and the customers are telling you that they don't like the websites that you're building, maybe you shouldn't be building the websites for them. Maybe you should be outsourcing it. Get a better developer to build the websites so you can have a better quality product and make more money, okay? If you're running SEO campaigns and you're not ranking for clients and your clients are coming back to you 6 months later and they're like, hey, it's been 6 months, we're not ranking, I'm not happy with the service, and you're arguing with them, and you're like, yeah, but it takes time, it takes like 40 years to get your website ranked on the first spot, right? Guys, listen to the feedback. Sometimes they're right? So we have a thing that we do in our office where all of the feedback that we get, I think we did it the other day. Carlos, I think like a month ago. We were opening the room. We were opening up Marketer's Mindset. And we sent out an email to everybody. And we're like, hey, guys, can you give us some feedback on some interesting topics that you'd want to learn about? If you got that email and you responded, can you drop a 300 in the chat? If you got that email and you responded to us, can you drop a 300 in that chat? Guys, we took your feedback, okay? We grabbed like 300, 400 people, left their feedback. We took all that feedback, we aggregated it and input it into an Excel file. We cleaned it up because some of you guys did the same thing, right? Case studies over and over and over, right? We took all that information, we filtered it out, we organized it based on priority, and we started at the top and we're working our way down because it's what you guys want to know, right? So get feedback from your customers and understand what's wrong with their campaign for you to make it better, okay? If your customers are telling you that their target demographic is men, you think it's females and you're fighting with them, don't fight with them, split test it and prove to them that it's females. Listen to their feedback and gain that knowledge, guys, okay? Very, very important. Does everybody agree with me on this? Yeah, right? I mean, it's simple, right? Yeah, 100%. Okay, one more. How often do you guys, I know we spoke about this previously, but this is what we do with our agency, okay? It's mandatory that everybody, depending on the customer, okay, get one phone call a week. You know, ends up being 5 or 15-minute call. 5 or 15-minute call. It's mandatory because we know that it helps. We know that it builds a rapport. We know that it builds trust, builds loyalty. Customer understands what's going on with their campaign. Customer is aware of the changes that we've been making to their campaign. They know that we're working, right? We do that once a week. You might have some customers where, you know, they don't really need it maybe once a week. So you do it once. You do that every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks. Do one call. You do it every 2 weeks. Okay? You should be doing at least one or the other. Preferably the call every week. If you're speaking to your customer every week for a couple minutes, guys, couple little minutes, you will see huge change within your agency. Okay? Now, for those of you guys who don't have customers yet, that's fine, but you should still be laying this out in your internal protocol of what you're going to do when you bring on your first customer and how you're going to call them. And build it into your schedule. Like for us, we have a project management system, and the account managers have a task inside of the project management once a week to call the client and give them an update. And they don't just give them an update, they give them an update on the report, they give them an update on the progress, they show them the task that's been done, they let them know what's been happening with their account, they show them good results if there's good results, they show them bad results if there's bad results and a solution on how to fix it, right? It's a quick phone call. It might sound like a lot, but it's really not. You just look at a report and you say, hey, this is going good, this is going bad, right? So that's really all you need to do to keep your customers. Really simple. All right, here we go. Retention topics. Customer comes in. They're like, well, Bobby, it's been 30 days, and you didn't get me my 30-cent lead, so now I want to cancel. Well, because we're not even going to get into that, but it's because of probably what you told Bobby ahead of time. You should have told Bobby leads were going to cost him $20. He'd been more realistic. All right, customer's like, want to cancel my account, don't think it's doing good. What are some of the things that you can do to retain a customer once he's at the boiling point, which is cancellation? Once they want to cancel their account. All right, whatever, cancel, boom. Once they want to cancel their account, what do? Guys, here's the first thing. Sometimes it has to do with price. Okay? It has to do with price. You sold the customer A, B, and C for $2,000 a month. Now he's coming back to you and he's like, man, it's too expensive. I just can't afford it. That's probably the #1 retention issue that we've experienced over the years. It's too high. Price too high. Can't do it. Can't do it. Can't pay you anymore. Bye. Hasta la vista. Guys, solution to the problem is just drop your price. Knock off a couple $100 a month. You'll still make a profit, and you'll get to keep that customer long term, right? So if they're paying you $2K a month, we'll say, Bobby, you know what? I see that you're struggling with the price. Maybe you don't see the ROI right now, Bobby. But you know what, Bobby? I really enjoy working with you, and I really think that we can help your campaign. So what I'm willing to do is take a hit on my end and maybe not be profitable for the next couple of months to keep you as a client, to show you that we can actually help you with your agency. So what I'm going to do, Bobby, is I'm going to drop your price to $1,500 a month. Okay? $1,500 a month, Bobby. Does DashClicks drop prices when that happens? No, we don't drop prices, and it's because we're already priced so cheap. Yeah, I'm talking about a retail side, guys. This is you for your agency. Okay? What you have to do, drop the price a little bit. Yeah, it's called a downsell. That's correct. Nico, that's right. Drop the price. Don't be scared. Drop the price a little bit. Okay? You know how many times we've saved customers just by dropping the price a little bit? Drop the price a couple $100, $100. Sometimes we drop the, like sometimes we charge a customer $1,000 a month. We drop $100 off, 10%. And we're still profitable, right? Maybe you might not make an extra $100 a month, but guess what? You get to keep the $500, whatever it is, your margins are, right? You get to keep that every single month. Works like a charm. Drop the price, okay? Number 2. Be smart about it and throw in a free service. Service. Throw in a free service, okay? Awesome free service to throw in is directories, really cheap, okay? You guys in DashClicks pay $99 a month for directories. So using that same example as last time, if a customer's paying you $2K a month, instead of dropping them to $1,500 a month, right? Instead of doing this, just do this instead. Because there's more value in the $99. That's right, Nico said add value. Boom! Just throw this in. This costs you $99 a month. Instead of dropping $500 a month here, just pay the $99 and drop them in here and say that it's a $400 or $500 value, whatever it is that you guys are charging them, right? Just give them an option. Say, you know what, Bobby? I'm really sorry that the campaign's not going the way that you want it to. I'm sorry that we're not getting you 16-cent leads for your roofing company where you make 30 grand for every lead. I'm really sorry about that. You know what we're going to do? We're going to throw in a free listings manager program. We're going to get you listed into 70 directories. And Bobby, I'm going to do it on the house for you. I'm going to do it on the house for you, Bobby. Okay, because you're such a valuable customer and we love you. Okay, I'm going to throw in this free service. Free service. People love free stuff. Okay, people love free stuff. Oh, here's a good one. Some of you guys might get scared from this one, so I don't even know if I should say it, but shit, I'm going to say it anyways. Who can guess what number 3 is? If you can guess what number 3 is, I'm sending you a swag bag. Guess what number 3 is? Oh, Janine. Got it. Carl, can you write that down? Janine, what's your agency name? Agency Lane. Shirt size, Janine? Guys, free month. Medium. Janine, we're going to send you a swag bag. Thank you for being smart and joining us today and learning and educating. We appreciate it. Free month. Some of you guys have been charging your customers $2K a month, $2,000 a month for services, and it's been like 6 months already, right? You've been charging them for 6 whole months. If you're actually smart and you do the math on this, you know, if you're using DashClicks, you might be running a Facebook campaign for somebody, and you might be paying DashClicks $4.99 a month to run a Facebook campaign for you, okay? Which means you're profiting $1,500 a month. That's your profit, okay? You've been doing that for 6 months straight. 6 months straight. What's 6 times 1,500? Who can do the math for me? 6 times 1,500. How much is that? Around 9. 6 times 1,500, how much is that? Is that 9,000? Is that what it is? 9,000, right? Carlos is holding his hand out. I know what it is. I'm just engagement. Doing a little engagement. It's 9 grand. You made 9 grand. 9 grand. Profit. 9 grand. Cha-ching. Made 9 grand profit off 6 months. You go buy yourself a car. 9 grand. Okay? Says what services are you pricing for 2K as an example? Easy. We have tons of people inside of DashClicks selling our basic Facebook ads program at $499, charging their customers $2 grand a month for it all the time. I get that all day. Says your services are marked up 50%. Not accurate. That's correct. Our services are marked up 50%. That's what our suggested retail rate is. However, you can sell your services for whatever you'd like. So you don't need to sell it for 50% above that. You can sell it for way more than that, which most of the agencies inside the platform are already doing, right? So let's continue. Let's say $9,000 that you made. Would it hurt them for you to pay DashClicks another $4.99 to possibly retain this customer? It's a question. Let's get the elephant out of the box. William says yes. If you would do that, put a yes in. If you would possibly take a $500 gamble to maybe make another $9 grand, would you do that? All day. Yes, sir, Damien said. Janine said yes. Matthew said all day. It's an option. I'm not saying that you have to do it. It's an option. We've done it before in our retail agency in the past, and you'd be surprised. We give a customer a free month, give them, $500 value, free month. They stay with us for like another 3 years. Okay? It happens, guys, okay? So this is worth it to do sometimes. Okay? Let's go to the next one. Who can guess what the next one is? Number 4. If you can guess what it is, I'll give you a free swag bag right now. If you can guess what number 4 is, I'll send you out a free swag bag. Restructure. Say, you know what, Bobby? Your campaign might not be performing the best. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my entire team in my office right now. We're going to have a team meeting about your campaign, and we're restructuring your entire campaign. And I'm going to lose money on this, Bobby, but I don't care because I want your campaign to perform. And you should really do this. You should really restructure the campaign. Okay? Restructure the entire campaign. Create a new funnel. Bust out new Facebook ads. Come up with ideas for videos where videos can get shot. Upload new videos. New ad copy. Right? Restructure the entire campaign. Don't do the same thing over and over and over. Restructure. We do it all the time at DashClicks. Okay? Usually every month we're swapping out new stuff, creating new offers and ads and ad copy and split testing and optimizing it. Guys, restructure. Restructure the whole campaign.